Hi everyone, my name is Dee, and in this video I'm going to teach you how to draw a perfect side profile. This is a really easy tutorial that anyone can follow, so whether you're an experienced artist or just starting out, you'll be able to create an amazing portrait with this step-by-step guide. To start, let's begin with a simple circle. This will be the basic shape for the largest part of the head. Next, we're going to add two rulers to the circle, one vertical and one horizontal. These will help us to map out the side of the face. Divide the top half of the circle and the bottom half of the circle in half and draw two more horizontal lines that run parallel to the midline. These lines give you good reference points for when you start filling in your facial features and shapes. For this tutorial, I'm working in Procreate on my iPad, and I'm using the Procreate pencil brush, but you can work with a traditional pencil on paper, and I suggest using a kneadable eraser. Okay. Once your lines are in place, you can label them. This will help you identify what needs to go where. So I've labeled them A, B, and C. Now let's start to fill in the shapes of the nose and lips. For the nose, draw a simple curved triangle shape. The top point of the nose should begin at line B and will move inwards again at line C. The top lip begins from line C, continuing naturally down into the mouth, where the bottom lip begins and continues to form the shape of the chin. Next, you can outline the jaw. This line continues from the chin line and then meets at the bottom of the earlobe. To draw the ear, start off by drawing a tilted C shape. You can see the ear is slightly off center and falls to the left of the vertical midline. Then you can draw the outline of the neck. This line gently curves outward and mirrors the line of the person's spine. The front of the neck begins at the base of the chin and moves inwards towards the body. The eye is probably the most important facial feature when drawing a portrait. The eyes can really help bring your drawing to life and give it personality. The middle of the eye, where the corner of the eye comes together, falls on the horizontal midline, line B. Next, you can start drawing in the hairline. I'm getting a natural, curvy line to create a sense of volume and movement in the hair. The eyebrows begin at the edge of the forehead and end just beyond the edge of the eye. The eyebrow starts off thicker and curves towards a tapered end. Make sure to draw this shape very lightly because you will erase it as you start the actual shading of your side profile drawing. Start to define the hairline. The hairline is often further back than where you think it is. I've chosen to draw this woman with straight long hair tied in a ponytail at the base of her neck. Make sure to follow the skull's base circle to get the hairline shape accurately rendered. The hairline will cut across the side profile and tuck in behind the ear, ending almost on the same horizontal line as the jawline. Once you've got that shape, you can start shading your hair. Once again, I'm using the Procreate pencil, and I'm just using singular lines to build up a hair lifelike shaded texture on the head. The direction of your hatch marks will depend on how you want the light to fall on the hair. Following the same principle as eyebrow shading, try to follow the direction of the woman's natural hair with your shading. Areas which are light, you can leave almost completely white. Areas that are darker, you can add more intense and dense line work. This type of shading is called hatching, where you use many lines layered on top of one another and next to one another to create a sense of density and thickness and volume of hair. I'm using Procreate, but if you are using a real life pencil, it works beautifully, and often I work with a kneadable eraser so that I can pick up areas of pencil that in order to create highlights and lowlights. And that works really well. You'll find with different subject matter, different kinds of shading will suit it. So for hair, I often find, for straight hair, I find that hatching works beautifully. I'm now going to begin shading the face. I have a look at my reference picture and I see that there are shadows where the hair meets the skin, where the hairline is. And I'm going to slowly build it up using various techniques such as cross-hatching, a little bit of grading, which would be using the side of your pencil in order to create some shadow areas. Here on top of the eye, I'm using very light cross-hatching. And I'm using my smudge tool on Procreate to just smudge that in so it's not too severe. It's a soft gradation. Blending that in. Make sure to closely look at the shadows around the eye and under the eye. We want to define the nostril and the three-dimensional quality of the nostril. There's slight shadows on the side of the nose. Once again, I'm using hatching to build up that shadow area and that sense of three-dimensionality. I'm also just adjusting the opacity of my pencil so that the marks are not too severe in my drawing. Here I'm filling in the nostril and just adding some shadow to the edge of my nostril and under my nose. What's quite nice about working with an Apple pencil is that depending on how you hold the pencil, you can achieve various effects. So if you hold the pencil parallel to the page or parallel to the screen, you'll get a nice wide flat mark. And if you hold it perpendicular to the screen, you'll get a very sharp, crisp line. So here I am testing out different lines and exploring the various effects that can be created with shading. Right, just adding to the shadow on the nose again. And now I'm going to look at the detail of the ear and just clean this up a bit. I'm removing some of the shadow area. And then I'm going to add to the shadow where the skin folds in the curl of the ear. I want to try and get rid of some of the grainy effect and blend that in. What makes a successful drawing is often high contrast between light areas and dark areas. So it's important that you get a nice range of lights and darks in your drawing. Now I am adding a little earring as an interesting detail to the drawing. You can add whatever details or accessories you would like to your own drawing. You can work exactly as per your reference, or you can allow yourself to imagine creatively what this person might be wearing. And that's the freedom of being an artist, that you can make these artistic decisions, these creative decisions. It's very exciting. Remember to keep your pencil strokes light as you work. So I'm working on Procreate, which is wonderful because I can work constructively. I don't lose anything. I can work in layers. However, when you're working with pencil, it's a good idea to work with very light, broad pencil marks. This means that you can easily edit and go back and erase areas that you would like to lighten and darken areas that you need to create deeper shadow in. And there we have it. Now you know how to draw an easy side profile. My name is Dee. Hit that subscribe button now and watch this next video.